Oh yeah, over there, huh? Big old turkey. Hey guys, I'm Kaylin and welcome back to Fable Hill Farm. Today we are talking livestock guardian dogs because we just got one. Hi girl. Hey big guy. You are a big boy. Is this your fence? This is your job?
Oh, big boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy.
You sweet girl. Aw. You are a big boy. You is a good boy, honey. I know, you're so scared, huh? Been a scary day, isn't it? Oh, I know. I'm a little curious how it's gonna go with the electric fence. I want him to learn the fence quickly. It's gonna be a harsh lesson. That fence is 4,000 volts and he's gonna hit it at some point, I'm sure. And hopefully he'll only hit it once and he'll learn you don't touch the fence, you don't test the fence. So we'll see. Heidi's now very curious what he's doing. What you doing, Heidi girl? Hi, girl. Yeah, that's Uhtred. And Sunny's being a good girl. He's chewing on a log. He thinks that's fun. You got a log? Is you being a silly boy? Is you silly boy? Got a log? I think. Tinkle, you're the one that hasn't eaten the most, huh? You're just like, what is that dog doing? Who is this thing? Who is he? So what he's been doing is actually just like sitting here and watching the goats for the most part. Good boy, Uhtred. And that is great behavior. You know, he's not overly excited. I mean, obviously he's scared because, again, his whole world just got tipped upside down yesterday. He left his family, the only home he ever knew, his mom, his dad, his siblings, and traveled in a car ride for a long time. He's had a lot of firsts in 12 hours or 24 hours, and he's been through a lot. He is still a puppy. So we've got to take everything with some grace, but this behavior is really, really good. He is just, what are you eating though? What you got to eat? A piece of straw or something? He's not overly excited by the stock. He's not showing a ton of interest. He's just been watching, and that's really a guardian's job, is to watch the stock, not to play with them or, get excited around them. So he's just been kind of watching them, and they're watching him. You know, they're obviously very nervous about who is this dog. Goats are prey animals, so they don't love that he's here. They'll have to get used to him for certain. But overall, I think he's being nice and calm around them, and he's very at home in the straw, which makes sense. You know, again, he was raised in a barn. Good boy, Uhtred. Yeah, those are your goats. Good boy, Uhtred. Looks like Sunny and Heidi are done eating. Good boy, Uhtred. Sunny's one I'm most worried about because she does like to bulldoze the cats. I don't want her to have any kind of aggression towards him. So we'll see how that goes. But I am going to unhook them in a minute and just see what happens. And then I'll put him in his stall while I finish the chores. Good boy, Uhtred. He's just watching. He's being a good boy, aren't you? Oh, Sunny. All right. I'm going to get you down. Oh, my goodness, son. Good boy, Uhtred. So I've got Uhtred out here in the pen, the yard outside the barn, which is connected. Sorry, I'm switching between the GoPro and my iPhone here. The video quality will change a little bit, but I've got him out here. I just finished up chores. I wanted to introduce him to this area and then just let him go potty and just kind of run around for a minute, and then I'm gonna put him back in his stall, go in and eat some breakfast. And then we have a birthday party to go to, so he'll be out in his stall, and then I'll come home and take him out again and let him be around the girls and let him come out and get some energy out away from the girls. But he's being really good. He is. They're scared, they're running, but they're also seeming like they're mellowing out just a little with him, so that's important. He's a good boy. Oh, he's a good boy. None of the does have gone after him, so I'm glad about that. I'm really glad. Hopefully that remains the case. You know, they're nervous, but I don't think they see him as a threat. He's clearly this wiggly, nervous little pup, so they're not too sure what to think, but they're not afraid, so that's good. That's a good starting point. And he's just checking him out. You know, Finkel is, Uhtred, come here. Uhtred. He's not chasing, he's just curious. I don't want him to chase, so I will correct that behavior if I think that's what he's doing. Right now, he's just checking things out. He's not too sure what to think. Uhtred and Ellie are just so cute together. You guys have to see this. He keeps getting on the sled with her. Oh my gosh. Is that you, puppy owl? Oh, you're fine, Uhtred. Come on. Mara's so excited. Mara. Now she's getting upset that he gets out, huh? That is so cute. You're a good boy, Uhtred. You're a good pup. You're silly. Come on. Go get your girl. That's your little girl you're supposed to watch, too. Mara. Mara. Easy bug. Is that your puppy, Ellie? He's going to be a good guardian, isn't he? But we want him to love our family, too, and want to protect us. Be nice, Ellie. Good girl. Is that you, puppy? Aww. I'm just grabbing a bale of straw to put in the barn. That's maybe 2 bales of straw. I'm going to put some more straw in the stall for Uhtred. Grab the eggs, give the chickens some scraps that our friend Lindsay had for them. And then we'll put Uhtred back with the goats and let him, you know, have a little bit of supervised time with them. And then he'll go back in his stall for a while and he'll come in the garage in a little while once the sun goes down, and spend the night in his crate again in the garage. So I found these 5 Muscovy eggs that apparently we forgot to check for or missed. And they've all exploded, as you can see, from the cold. I'm gonna go ahead and just feed them to the chickens. You can see Dex, one of our barn cats, back out in the hay shed. I think she's super upset that there's a barking puppy that's been in the goat barn, even though the milk room / feed room where the cats live during the winter is separate. I think she's quite upset about the whole thing. Trent threw down 3 bales of hay for the bucks, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get them covered under these tarps and weighted so they stay nice and dry. And then I've got a load of second cutting hay for the does and 3 bales of straw I'm gonna bring to the barn as well. All right, so it's officially day 2 of having Uhtred home, and it's going well. Just trying to figure out things as we go and see, you know, how the does are handling it and how Ellie. Ellie, of course, is getting into trouble being out in the goat barn. Sunny is the least bothered by Uhtred. Finkel is the most bothered. And Heidi is somewhere in between. Sunny is going to push you off of there, isn't she? She's like, I want to be with you. And Heidi goes, I want to be with you too. You're petting Sunny so nice. Good girl, Ellie. Is that your goat? Nice, pet Sunny. Very nice. Uhtred's just chewing on logs. Whoa, losing it, Huggy. Stand up. I'm gonna help. Sunny's fat. I know. She'd push you out of the way. She's fat. And see how nervous Finkel is. She basically just runs from him. Though she was raised with a guardian dog. I mean, he's a puppy. He's rambunctious and excited, of course. So she is unsure. Goats are prey animals. Dogs are technically predators. But he is going to someday be their protector. I talked to my mentor who has a guardian dog and asked her about, him chasing kind of. She said that he's going to have to learn from the goats what is and isn't acceptable behavior to them. Be nice, Ellie. Good girl. So if the goats get too upset with them and they, headbutt him or do something, then he will learn that they don't like what he's doing. So because he doesn't have an adult here to teach him, he's going to have to learn from the goats. All right, so it's day 5 of having Uhtred, and I thought I would close this video with an update on how he's settling in. Things have changed quite a bit as far as his living quarters. He's not in the garage anymore. He's living in the barn full time. He's with the goats 24/7. And I just wanted to touch on a little bit as a close to this video, why we got a guardian dog, what we expect his role to be, and how I'll be moving forward with his training just a little bit. So as I said, Uhtred has been with the goats now for 5 days. He's been here and he's really bonding with them. He can walk right up to any of the goats now and they're, mostly unbothered by him. He's really taken a liking to Heidi right there in particular, and he is cuddling with her at night and sleeping with her. And she's, pretty much accepted him. He can walk right up to Finkel, and just, a few days ago, she was absolutely running from him. So we've made big progress there as far as the bonding is concerned. He also did get shocked on the electric fence after a few days of the snow and ice kind of melting. He wasn't getting shocked initially because it was just grounding out, and he was actually walking through the fence, which was very concerning to me. But then he was still choosing to go back to the goats and he wasn't wandering. However, he did get shocked. I think yesterday was the first time he got shocked. And since then, he will not approach the fence or attempt to leave it. And that's great. He's been just waiting for me to open the gate. He's still a puppy, he's a little rambunctious. There were some things with the goats I was a little concerned about his behavior, but after doing more research, talking to my mentor, things of that nature, I'm feeling better about it. He is just, in this phase right now of just puppy play behavior. And when he gets older, that will be more of a time to correct inappropriate behavior with the stock. But right now, he's just in that bouncy, puppy, playful mood all the time. And I can't really stop him from being a puppy. Though there are certain things that I would definitely correct, like biting of the stock or us, I wanted to come in the barn where it's a little warmer here to talk a little bit. Uhtred, come here. Good boy. He is just such a little love bug, aren't you? What you got? What you good boy? Is you a good boy? Yes. Is you a good boy? Oh, it's a good boy. Snoot, snoot, boop your snoot. Good boy. So why did we get a guardian dog, and what are our expectations of him? What is his role going to be on our farm? We do have an active coyote population in our area, and they are somewhat hunted, to my knowledge, by the local dairy farmers that live around us. However, we hear them at night hunting and howling, and we hear their pups yipping when it's, breeding season, whelping season for them. So we know we have coyotes here. We've seen them in broad daylight just on the other side of our fence numerous times. We have things like foxes and raccoons and possums, which are not necessarily a threat to goats, maybe to baby goats, a fox or something of that nature, though they are, of course, a threat to poultry. Uhtred is not going to be protecting our poultry. That's not his job. However, in general, with having a guardian dog, you are much less likely to have those kinds of predatory animals on your property, because that guardian is not going to permit any types of animals like that to set foot on the property. Also going to, really chase away any deer or rabbits or anything like that. They just don't want anything on their land, in their space. So Uhtred's primary job here on our farm is going to be to protect our goats. That's why we are bonding him to the goats, to protect them from coyotes mainly, as well as domestic dogs and any unscrupulous humans that would say try to, steal animals from our property or to steal things, break into any of our buildings, things of that nature. So his role here will be as a guardian to the goats, first and foremost, a guardian, a watchdog of our property, secondary, and third, but not, least important, is going to be to protect myself and my daughter Ellie when we're outside, if we're home alone, anything like that. He is going to let us know if somebody sets foot on this property. That is a big part of the guardian instinct, is barking to tell any kind of predator or intruder, you need to leave, you need to back off, you're not welcome here. That is why they are considered a non-lethal predator deterrent. That means that instead of, shooting coyotes or wolves or bears, whatever kind of mountain lions, predators you have, having a healthy pack of guardian dogs is going to allow you to coexist peacefully with those predators and not have to resort to lethal means to eradicate them. Because if a predatory animal like a coyote or a wolf or something like that feels like it has a better opportunity of getting an easier meal somewhere else, if it feels like, in weighing its risk versus reward, that it could potentially be injured or killed by attempting to attack a goat or something like that, sheep, whatever the case may be, because there are dogs present, it's going to go somewhere else. Instinct in all animals is to survive. And at the end of the day, if a coyote is faced with trying to eat a goat and being, confronted by a dog, or going somewhere else where it can eat a goat that doesn't have a dog protecting it, it's going to choose to go and get a meal somewhere where it doesn't have to fight with a dog in order to obtain that meal. So that's why we got a guardian dog. We do expect him to be a good guardian to our livestock, but we also do expect him, when he is older, to at least warn us of other threats on the property. Again, his primary role is to guard and protect our goats. So he will not just be free roaming the farm. At least now how we see it, we don't anticipate that to be the case. We want him to stay in the fence. We don't want him to roam and wander. That is a big problem with guardian dogs, especially Great Pyrenees are known to be wanderers. And that is why we wanted him to swiftly and painfully learn that the electric fence bites, and you need to stay away from it, and you need to stay in your pen. And so far it looks like, after getting shocked by it yesterday, he's really respecting the fence. The fence is very hot. Again, it's 4,000 volts, and he does not want to risk being bit by that fence again. So fingers crossed that will continue to be the case, and he will learn to stay in the perimeter and to stay with his goats. So before I end this video, the last thing I'm going to show you is the setup here with him now. As I have mentioned, he's living with the goats full time. So at night he is sleeping here in the barn, just out in the open with the goats. We have gone ahead and put in a camera so that we can monitor, and that was really critical in me making that decision to let him stay with the goats full time. I wanted to know that he was going to be safe and that they were not trying to hurt him. So once I realized, through monitoring for several hours that they were not showing any aggression towards him. Hey, good boy. I decided it was okay. So this stall now, which was originally, you know, meant to just keep him separated from the goats when necessary, is now functioning as a creep area, which means he can get in here through this crack in the door and they cannot get in there. So he's got his food, he's got his water in there. We've also put in this little temperature gauge here. This is just magnetic, so it sticks on the wall. I wanted to monitor the temperature before we decided to keep him in here overnight to know that it wasn't getting too cold in here. Great Pyrenees do have double coats, which is why they stay nice and warm. Puppies don't have a double coat. However, it's been plenty warm in here. Again, he's sleeping with the goats too. Additionally, this is a deep bedding system. I don't know if you can tell from looking, but this actually goes up on like a hill because the bedding is so deep here. And the deep bedding system actually generates heat as the material, the organic matter, is breaking down. Hey, Timbun. Good boy, Uhtred. Good boy. You good boy. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to sharing the whole process with you as we go through this, as a newbie to owning a livestock guardian dog and to training him. And I would love to hear feedback from some of you who have guardian dogs, who have experience training them. What was it like the first couple weeks you brought your guardian home? I will see you guys in the next video. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment down below. I have some new videos coming out soon. We're going to be talking more about Muscovies and Muscovy genetics as we prepare for our 2021 breeding season with our Muscovies. And we've got a lot more coming out about the Nigerian dwarf goats. So stay tuned. I will see you guys around. Hey, good boy. It's okay, Uhtred. Good boy. The ducks are having a meeting and he was concerned. Good boy. What, you went down a slide? Sunny's gonna eat your hat if you don't watch out. Nom nom nom.